Greetings and welcome to Rubicon Reborn Season 2. This is an AC6 roleplay for all platforms, Xbox, PSN, and PC, hosted through my community Discord server. So, how does it work? First, you join the server and check out the What is Rubicon Reborn channel, which contains the following information. Number 1. The lore. Rubicon has been reborn into a new alternate universe, meaning all events and characters from last season are now gone, with only vague references remaining. As well as this is set in an alternate continuity from the in-game lore, with the biggest departure being that all members of Overseer are dead, and the leaders of the corporations, Red Guns, Vespers, RLF, and RAD, are all new reincarnations with new motives and behavior. So be sure to keep these factors in mind when making your character. Speaking of, number 2, character creation. Your character's backstory can be whatever you want. However, if you want your character to start with more unique traits, for example a coral connection, you'll have to check in with me first, just to make sure it's nothing too crazy. All players will start the RP as a mercenary with access to the same default assembly, that being the parts developed by the following. So essentially your character could have been anything in their past, but by the time they reach Rubicon they need to be at this type of mercenary ground level, assuring that everyone starts at the bottom and has the same build potential going forward. You will have access to an infinite amount of these parts from which you can create and post ACs in your garage, dedicated in the garage channel. Warning, there are build restrictions, so be sure to review them before submitting your AC. You can find a list of these restrictions in the AC build restrictions channel. Additionally, more restrictions may be added throughout the season, so be wary. You can post as many ACs as you want, however keep in mind, if you want better assembly, you will need to participate in missions or trade, and you cannot post any new ACs while a mission is currently active. Your garage will also be public so others can see your ACs. Everyone is allowed one character, and if your character dies, you can of course create a new one, however all your progress will be reset, meaning obtained assembly, rank, relations, and so on. As well as your new character cannot have any relation to your previous character, and cannot join the same faction as your previous. More on factions themselves in a bit. You can create a character by copying this preset and filling it in with your information, or creating a character forum similar to this type of lineup, consisting of course of your call sign, character summary, and emblem. Then you put it in a new forum channel in the characters channel. And as I alluded to, you can create your own faction, which will become quite necessary in your conquest of Rubicon. And you can learn more about factions in a dedicated description channel. Number 3, progression. Every weekday there will be one PvP mission per platform that will have you face off against other mercenaries. The last one standing will be rewarded with the AC assembly, which can then be stored in your inventory, which again has its own dedicated channel. Weekday missions will be simulations, and therefore player ACs will not be lost if you lose, as well as death itself is not a factor. To participate in these simulation missions, simply post an accept mission in the appropriate missions channel when it pops up, and then follow further instructions. Once you are in the actual game lobby, the AC you load in with will be the AC you participate with, no changing. And the AC you choose must be one that you have posted in your garage before the mission went up. On the weekends, however, conquest missions will be offered, and where death is a possibility, as well as losing your AC if you lose a combat scenario. These missions will reward crucial upgrades to your character, such as territory and high-value assembly. Conquest missions will have you capturing the maps from the game, to serve as HQs, which can act as a way to privately organize plans with fellow members. These territories will also produce specific assembly, and higher value territories will also come with special abilities that can be used during the conquest weekend. Each territory will be first controlled by the corporation heads, those being the Red Guns, Vespers, RLF, RAD, and RRI, and so will be defended by NPCs appropriate to the territory, so some will be more difficult to take down than others. Additionally, if a territory is held by a corporation head, depending on your favor with them, they may send reinforcements to retake a territory. A player can only ever control one territory at a time, so if a player wanted to say control 2 territories at the same time, they would need to appoint another player to oversee one of the 2 territories. And of course, all territory info can be found in its own dedicated channel, detailing what abilities they offer, assembly, and who guards them. The corporation heads may also send out offers to mercenaries to aid them in retaking territory. To learn more about these topics, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the questions and discussions channel. And additionally, for this video, feel free to leave them in the comments. So yeah, those are essentially all the bullet points. The big hopes for this season are to bring lots of activities to all platforms. And of course, we welcome players that are more maybe just in it for the sake of PvP and conquest and strategy, as well as those who just want to purely roleplay and chat and make cool characters. So yeah, if you're looking for more to do in Armored Core while we wait for the next game or DLC or what have you, and this sounds interesting, feel free to join the server and check it out for yourself. Link in the description, of course. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, a huge thank you to my Egg Crusaders, my channel members, Arch, Shadow, Metal, and Magpie. Y'all are absolutely insane, and I appreciate you immensely. All this said, y'all have yourselves a very good one, and peace.